I just do me, but they say I'm too much. Chosen one, I don't ever get too far. Woo. And my mama said I'm special. If I don't trust you, shoot your metro. Future looking bright, nigga, got that glow. Professor X, nigga, all the gifts I show. My life like a movie shot off the hit show. Me and Bless Hands make a bitch get low. James Willis, DJ CEO. Dave hit record, now we on beast mode. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Hit Show podcast. We got Cyan. Y'all know him as an artist. You also know him as Daryl Richards. He got his own podcast and own business, Master Lock Entertainment. Check him out. And we got Chef Darius Jackson, other host of the Hit Show. Y'all see the subjects below. We're going to talk about black on black crime, and we need to change ourselves. Make sure y'all follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at the Hit Show Podcast. Go ahead, Daryl. Start us off tonight.
You there?
That's what I'm going to say.
I don't hear you.
You got to turn your mic up, Daryl, so they can hear you. Daryl, you got to turn your mic up.
Stop harassing poor people. That's the first.
Daryl, you got to turn your mic up. You got to turn your volume up. Turn your volume up.
Just heard the nigga before we started.
Huh?
Just heard him before we started. You got your mic hooked up to something else?
Yeah, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
We hear you, but it's low.
It's low. You got to speak up.
No, it ain't that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a
there
lot
we
better.
Go. That was me. I did some shit. I hooked it up to my mix, so I did that on accident. My bad.
It's all right. But we live. We here. Back again. We ain't had you since April. It's been a long time.
Let's get it.
Hey,
what's your opening thoughts on the black on black crime?
Well, okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you. This was my opening thought. Now, this is gonna get real ugly, but y'all gonna have to go ahead and debate. Okay?
Straight to the point.
85% of African Americans are mentally disturbed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and by that being the case, let me tell you why we mentally disturbed. Most black men can't afford to be a husband. Most black men can't afford to be a father. That could do something to a person. That's an act of treason, especially since we're dealing with systematic racism on top of that. Most black men can't afford to pay for their daughter's wedding. Most black men can't afford to even marry the woman they love. They can't afford the ring and afford the things that's supposed to come with it. They can't afford a home to take care of her. That destroy your mental in a lot of ways. I'm surprised that so many of us still even exist with the stuff that's being done to us and is being worked on us constantly. Okay? So when we talk about, and then we own less than 1% of the wealth in this country. Less than 1% of the wealth. Less than 0.5% of the wealth in this country. So one thing I always notice, I traveled the whole world. I traveled a lot. No, I didn't travel the whole world. I traveled a lot of places in the world. One thing I always notice, when you go to a poor place, they're the most dangerous places because the people don't have. And when you think about America, we are the poor people. Whether we want to admit it or not, because we know we stubborn and we don't want to accept it, but we are the poor people in this country. So black on black crime is not really our fault. Due to systematic racism and other things that's been put in place to destroy us as a people.
Okay, you made a good point. As far as you made a good point. But the thing now in 2022, right, with all the opportunities that we have to go to school, learn trades, all the information we have on the internet, entrepreneurship. Do you think that we still have to resort to that same level of black on black crime and we have more options than we did 70 years ago?
Yes. Like
some
I
people,
said,
I was just about to say, some people have to.
Okay.
When I first started out, first thing I said was 85% of African Americans are mentally disturbed. When you're dealing with a group of people that are mentally disturbed, not all of them are bad cases. Some of them are light. But to deal with niggas, sometimes all they understand is an ass whooping or to be shot. Because even when you go to the mafia had to deal with the ones that didn't have respect, that was going to cheat, that was going to do dirty stuff, and that was not going to respect the elderly. They had to kill them. That's why they would get knocked off like that. They had no respect. They didn't follow the code. We refuse to do that. We refuse to deal with the dudes that's not qualified to be in our circle.
Now I remember me and you talked to. I'm glad you said respect, because me and you talked about this off camera. Is about having respect, showing respect everywhere you go, and that's one big thing you said. A lot of us in the Black community don't do is have respect and show respect to one another, as far as treating each other. And you said if you have respect in this world, you go a lot farther.
No, you need two things in this world. You need to be organized and you need to have respect. Okay. That's the only two things you need. You can go anywhere in this world. As long as you got respect for the people, their culture. If you go to an island and they tell you they worship coconuts here, so do not eat the coconuts. But you say, well, in America, we drink coconut water. We eat coconut cake. But they tell you, no, do not eat the coconuts here. It'll make them very upset. You got to respect people's rules and the way they are. When I was in Compton, California, I knew I could not just walk around wearing blue because I didn't know what gang ran this street. But even though it might sound crazy, but I had to show respect.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
As long as you got respect and you're organized, there's nowhere you can go. But we are dealing with a group of young people, older people, and middle-aged people that do not have respect. And disrespect needs to be shown what happened. We can't do that, though, because I'm going to go back to blaming mostly our women. When our women start saying the most important thing on a man is, first thing I'm going to look at his shoes, the car he drives. Those are the kind of things that a man going to go the extra mile to make sure he maintain if you want to have a woman. Because every heterosexual man want to be desired by a woman. So when our women start saying, I want a thug, that made the men change their goals in life. Made them change their goals in life. They said, oh, she want a thug, so if I'm not a thug, I'm not gonna get I'm not gonna be desirable. So men got a little rougher, a little tougher. You know what I'm saying? I know, Darius, you play basketball, right? Have you ever been on a basketball court and you and all your homeboys, y'all having a good game, but one girl come out there, start watching. Niggas start elbowing, start fouling, doing all kinds of dirty shit.
Niggas start being extra as fuck.
Exactly.
Ain't even a bitch. It's she there for the nigga on the other team.
Niggas doing 30 feet fadeaways.
Why is that? Why you think that is?
That's a natural thing though with men to women. Like anytime it's all men in the area, they can focus and concentrate and build. But as soon as you throw a woman into that mix, that shit is gonna get fucked up and complicated. It always does. That's why a lot of men's societies did kind of not want to have women. It wasn't a sexist thing. It was because niggas got instincts and niggas know how to be manipulative or be aggressive in different situations just because a woman got presented into it. Because niggas already that way because they want to be on top of the food chain or
alpha
get the
male.
money. So throw the woman into the mix is chaos.
That's why I don't debate with women. People always ask, why you don't debate with women? Because women and men don't think alike. Women and men do not think alike. I could put 100.
Yeah, I don't debate women either. I'm too respectful of them.
I don't debate with women. I just be like,
I'll talk to them. I'll build with them.
We think different because
I'll learn from them.
Men
we
are.
don't even go through the same stuff every month, James. We don't even go through the same stuff. So how they gonna think like us? Do you think like a lion? Do you think like a wolf? You don't like to eat raw meat, but they've been forced to eat raw meat because that's how they were raised. And you ain't gonna think like no lion and no wolf. That lion and that wolf think on the level of a beast. A woman do not think like a man. And that's the biggest mistake we keep making. I don't debate with women. I just listen to what they say and try to follow the dumbass rules that come out their mouth. But I don't debate with them. I could put 100 women in a room and say some dumb shit. I know I could put 100 women in a room and tell one female to stand up and say some dumb shit. All of them will say, "You right, girl. I agree. I see. I understand what you coming from." You take and put 100 men in the room. No, put 10 men in the room, and let a brother stand up and say something that's incorrect.
But that
Dude
goes
gonna say,
back.
I disagree.
Somebody gonna stand, they're gonna stand, but that goes to our biology. You got to think about how men literally think differently than women. So men are more so exploratory and like to venture out. Women like to nest and make their home. They like comfort, right? So there's comfort and agreement because you don't have to have too much back and forth or arguing. They get that way when it's a man in the situation. They'll get defensive and argumentative, but it's just that's how they think. It's different from us. I don't think we can make them think that way like us.
Exactly.
So a lot of topics
we believe in accuracy.
Got to be straight black men over here and black women over there. They do their thing, and we don't intertwine. And some shit we intertwine and we get it knocked out, but a lot of that shit we gotta figure out on our own.
They'll never let us know what they're thinking. But
So
I'm not trying to go too far in that. But you said about stopping the violence. You talking about violence, black on black crime? Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If you go to an all-white state, more white people kill each other than black people. If you go somewhere like Idaho, there ain't no gangs. Them cowboys and shit, they kill each other. The bikers, they kill each other. They have bar fights and they kill each other. They just take our stuff. Huh?
Anywhere where it's poor people or drugs involved or crime, that black on black shit, I don't even like saying that because that's not real.
That shit ain't true. Because
that's not real.
They magnify that for the world to be afraid of us.
That shit is not real. Because if you start quantifying other crimes like white on white crime, that you wouldn't even be able to keep the statistics on that shit. White people do so much shit to each other. That shit crazy. Like how.
Let me tell you something. I'm from West Side of Atlanta, right?
School shooting don't get classified as that.
I'm from the West Side of Atlanta. That's the roughest area in Atlanta, Georgia, right? And let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. A white boy can move in that neighborhood and nothing happened to him. He might even fuck a couple black girls and go to school and everybody dance with him. They might laugh at the way he danced or something, but he ain't gonna have a problem. You take a black boy and put him in an all-white society. Yeah, you see what it's really about then. You see what it's really about. See, that's what I'm saying. We're not as violent. We're not as dangerous as they pretend like we are. It's not true. But they magnify our beefs and our issues to make other people around the world afraid of us when they come to this country or when they come to our cities. They're afraid. But we have a code and we have rules. As long as you follow the code and rules, you ain't gonna have a problem with us.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have a problem with us. Everybody tell you that Cleveland is bad. They told me Compton was bad. Told me Baltimore was bad. I didn't been to Cleveland, but I didn't been a lot of other places. And I was like, yeah, this is bad, but it's the rules, it's guidelines.
Right.
As long as I follow these guidelines, I ain't gonna have a problem. But you tell me to go to Idaho, and I said, well, what's the rules and guidelines? You can't be a nigga. Is there anything I can do about that?
But that's a good point though you made, because a lot of these gangs and this crime, like that comes from a place of necessity. They started these shits because they had to protect their neighborhoods from corrupt cops, from racist people coming in the neighborhoods and fucking up they stores and shit. They was starting to build black stores and black owned businesses. So that's where you get a lot of these gangs origins from. You know what I'm saying? So
the gangs now,
that's a big point on the following the structure and the rules things, because even with the we need to change ourselves part, a lot of these little niggas don't follow no structure or no rules.
That's what I was about to say.
And that's the problem right now. These niggas don't follow no type of structure or rules.
There's no rules, and the thing is, rather than protecting their neighborhoods, they're tearing the shit up. Just
And
to
trying to be capitalist. But hold on, James.
Right.
That's a good point. But that's some European shit we got tricked into. We want to hustle to feed ourselves and take care of our family and our community, not be fucking capitalists. And that's how we got tricked into be fucking capitalists, like how a European man wants to be money or capitalize on his society or where he's from. We don't think that's not how we was. You got to think about the richest nigga in history, Manson Musa. This nigga went everywhere and was giving money away and putting everybody the fuck on. That's how, like, we think. We don't do that capitalizing and it's all to ourselves and it's only for our kids type shit. No, that's especially if you're doing dirt and you leech off the community. You better put something back in that motherfucker and build it. You gotta be doing more.
Well, I never met a drug dealer that really wanted to do that.
Exactly. I was about to say.
Listen. I watched the BMF series, the first 2 episodes. He didn't want to sell drugs. He just wanted to have enough money to be able to afford to be a husband, to be able to afford to be a father, to be able to be desirable by women, so he can actually get what he's supposed to get out of society. We ain't selling drugs because we want to. We selling drugs because we've been deprived to the point that, look, I can tell you this, I bet I'd be more successful as a drug dealer than a rapper, because it's always going to be a black person that's mentally disturbed, that's depressed, they're going to want to smoke some crack to feel better. It ain't enough motherfuckers that want to hear me rap to feel good. We are victims to our situations. It's always going to be a person. You get some crack. You go in the worstest hood. You'll never go broke. You'll never go broke because they depressed. They're not happy with their life. They can't afford to have a wife. They can't afford to pay for their daughter's wedding. They can't afford to feed their kids. And the government say they're going to help, but they harass them everywhere. And then when they get a good job, they get a good credit score, they do everything they tell them to do. Then they go to a car dealership and they charge them double the price because they black. Okay? They get a good job. They get a good credit and they charge them 30-year mortgages because they black. That's called.
You see the family,
that's red,
the black family, they was trying to sell their home and they listed it themselves, right? And the market value was listed way lower than above the average, right? What the average was. So it has their white friends listed. When their white friends listed the black people's property, that shit was way above like the average for asking price. You know what I'm saying? So like
systematic racism is not taken seriously in this country.
Crazy.
Listen, it's white folks that's scholars that go to colleges and they talk about systematic racism. The white lady with gray hair, all she talk about is systematic racism. It really exists. It's not a myth.
Exactly.
It's not fake. It's not. It's true. But she go around and talk about this. And everybody know it exists, but black people, black women, black teenagers, oh, no, that ain't a big deal. We can't keep talking about that. Yes, it is a big deal when you are systematically harassing the people. But we have to argue with our own women about what we can afford to do. And they be like, well, if I could do it, you could do it. It's strategically set up that way so the women would not desire the men. And they will always be overly loyal to their slave master.
But see, that's the part of we need to change ourselves. We need to change all of that.
They tell you to support black-owned businesses. I'm never going to do some of them nigga businesses again in my motherfucking life, and I don't care what nobody tell me.
We got the power to change a lot of the stuff, and it starts with your mental. If you want to change,
now
it's like
real, now. We said black on black crime don't exist. This is my definition of black on black crime. When you do shit like, you say shit like, I ain't shopping black on business. I got one thing from a nigga one time, it was fucked up. So now I gotta say something about black owned business. When you go to Burger King and all this other shit, Walmart, and they fuck up your shit or something bad happen, you don't go in there and be like, this white people business fucked me over, block. We don't do that shit.
Exactly.
You don't see them doing that shit. Man. So anytime you use the word black and you trying to down somebody hustle, or even if they did fuck up, but you want to throw that black word on it or whatever and trying to make it that's the reason, that's a crime.
Okay. Here we go. Now it's getting good. Okay, let me tell you something. I went into this soul food restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I watched 2 white people go in the soul food restaurant. They got treated good. Once I got in the soul food restaurant, I got treated with bad service because they felt like they could do certain shit because I'm black. No, listen.
But that's them. That's
Listen. That's just my experience.
They
I'm
ready
not
to
saying I'm not going to support black-owned businesses,
right.
but I'm going to tell you the truth.
Their attitude change.
Most of those niggas fuck up even white-owned businesses.
Mhm.
I know a Popeyes right now. If you go in there, you're going to be waiting for no fucking reason just because they're not taking their position seriously. That's the mentally disturbed shit I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm telling the truth, Darius.
You are.
No, I got one right up the street. It takes 40 minutes for order French fries.
And I'm like, why is this? And then I tell them, this the type of shit people talking about. You need to quit this job if you do not want to do it. But we forced to do things because we have kids.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that.
We forced to do things that we don't want to do because we'll take a job because our parents raised us wrong.
Mm-hmm.
One thing my dad told me that was wrong. Rest in peace to my father. I love him. But he taught me a lot of good things. He said, sometimes, son, you got to do some things you don't want to do. I said, no, I don't. If you was a good father, I wouldn't. Like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't have to do nothing I don't want to do.
True.
He said, well, why you say that? I said, that's the worst thing you can tell your child. Sometimes you're going to have to do some shit you don't want to do. They're going to start compromising and settling in life.
But you know where that come from is because they come
Slavery.
from slavery. Exactly. I'm about to say that's true. That's
don't
that
run
mindset
north.
they
You
have.
can't do that.
They
The white
think
man
you have to
you.
do that shit even if it's bad. Like, nigga, no the fuck I don't. Like, I don't see no problem with no young nigga that don't want to work at no slaving ass job like no McDonald's. If you ain't got, I understand why niggas be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll hustle.
Me too.
I literally understand it. Especially niggas, because we got it in our DNA. Like, I ain't about to go slave for no white man.
But this the thing. This the thing, though. On the we need to change ourselves. They have a choice.
They do have a choice, but how is a young nigga gonna get money?
But listen. I was young, and guess what? I worked 2 regular jobs. I didn't go out here and do no ignorant shit. I could.
Let me tell you something. America was built off drug money, moonshining, and moving heroin.
Exactly. The Kennedys is a moonshining family.
Every president you know, either his father or his grandfather was moving moonshine illegally. And then you go back farther than that, they was illegal immigrants. They was fighting against the royal family in England. So it always been illegal shit. The best way to get shit done is not pay taxes on your money. You gotta do some shit where you ain't on the radar. I don't give a fuck what you do. You gotta do some shit where you ain't on the radar. And then once you get to a point where you done made enough money, then you can clean up and live a regular life. I'm not saying everybody should go that route, but I understand when people do go that route. I understand why.
What we need to change ourselves about that is if you're gonna be in that community and doing these things, you gotta be respectful and follow the rules of what you're doing. Like, you gotta move. I hate to use them because I hate the mafia and the mob. I don't glorify them niggas because they don't like niggas, so I don't really like to glorify them. But how they moved was, like you said earlier, with respect. If one of them niggas was acting goofy and not respecting his wife and beating his wife, they beat that nigga ass and threw him off a river, like off a bridge type shit. You know what I'm saying? Or if motherfucker was killing the community or poisoning the community, they handled that shit. That's what the fuck we gotta be on.
But see, the thing is, it's the thing. Like you said earlier with the younger guys, they got gangs and all this, but there's no leadership, there's no respect. So they have a choice whether I want to go out here and do right, I can work a regular job, or I can do this. They have a choice. They choose to do what they want to do. And then
but you could do that and still be a good person, though, and put your community on. And
if you in the game, none of these...
Be an investor. That's what he was saying about the bootlegging and all that. That's what the Kennedys come from. The president of the fucking United States, daddy, was basically a trapper.
And
that's
how
he got in the position by making deals.
He's one of the best presidents that we had in 70 years.
But today's world,
he's my favorite, but he's one of the best.
Today's world, young niggas is not about to do right in these gangs and hustling, getting money. They not about to take care of their neighborhood. They tear everything up, and then
niggas is trying, and then they get their ass nipsied and killed. Every time we got somebody that's doing right, they get young doffed.
Right. Right. But
so it ain't that niggas ain't doing it. Niggas is trying to doing it. Niggas is getting took the fuck out when they successful.
But this the thing.
Even go to Fred Hampton.
The niggas,
we don't even gotta necessarily talk about niggas that's trapping or doing, because what he was doing was considered illegal, but he still did that shit and had to do that shit, and they took this nigga the fuck out. Anytime a nigga do everything the right way, I'm gonna call it the right way, because I believe in having a little bit of bad and good to get perfect balance of what you need to attain. So if I got to do some of this dirt to get in this position to be good, I might have to do that. That's what these European men before me did. Them niggas was traitors. They left the whole ass country and took over another country. And we look at them as noble. We got them niggas in our pockets right now.
He's right.
So
I agree.
I feel you as we need to change, but not necessarily what
we need to stop talking about.
We need to change how we move.
We keep trying to downplay our people. We need to stop talking about that. I don't talk about like Darius said. I don't say black on black crime. That's not our problem. Our problem is not the black on black crime. Every society have crime. That's not our problem. But it's unnecessary crime. That's the
thing is. The thing is,
black unnecessary crime.
With the unnecessary crimes, is always petty stuff of one of us killing another black man or another black woman over something that could have been resolved by words. It could have been easily probably resolved rather than somebody. That's why I said it's not good anymore for us to have gangs, because there's no leadership. These gangs now are just a bunch of young kids running around tearing up shit. There's no leadership. They're not protecting the communities. They're tearing the shit up. There's nothing good coming out of the gangs of the young men now. They're not protecting their neighborhood. They're not taking their money and helping the older people with their bills. They're not taking the money and providing for the neighborhood for the young ladies who have kids and can't buy diapers. They're not doing any of that.
There's people doing that. We just said they take them out though.
Right. No, I'm talking about the gangs. I'm talking about the gangs. The gangs.
Oh, I mean,
they're not.
I don't know how every gang in America move on an in and out day-to-day basis, but the structure is there because how they were started and founded was in what you was talking about, taking care of the community, protecting the community, and all that. Like gangster disciples and vice lords, like. That's why they have these types of names, because they were lords of their vices. Know what I'm saying? Disciples is a biblical term. They were trying to do good. That's what these things were established in. So it's misguided and it's kind of influenced now and weaponized because I'm gonna say it again. European people kind of got a hold of it and glorified it and started putting that shit on TV. Started making that shit more mainstream music because yes, we make the music, but who pushing it?
The same thing they did in rap music. One day they're gonna say rap was like gang. I can't stand rap, but when rap first came out, it came out with a positive message. We came positive, and then they said, "Well, we got to make sure this shit don't sell. We got to make sure that other shit sell, because they'll kill themselves if we keep hypnotizing them. You can hypnotize a person to killing themselves. So you get them this, you get them that, and they'll kill themselves. And that's what we want them to do. Like you spoke about the richest black man that ever exists. What's his name again?
You said the who?
The richest black man that ever existed in the world.
Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa. Okay. The richest white man that exists right now is Bill Gates. The difference between the black man, when he was rich, he tried to give people and teach them things. The difference between Bill Gates and them is he's trying to kill motherfuckers.
He's trying to kill people. He literally trying to depopulate the earth.
That fake ass
I knew that shit was going to get to Africa. I knew one day it's going to be in Africa. Nobody ain't going to know why. It's in South Africa. We don't know why. I knew it. I knew that shit. I should have betted money. Next, it's going to be in, watch. Africa don't have that many cases. That's going to change. They own Africa. Yeah. That's gonna change. I knew that shit was gonna end up.
They always say Africa has the most diseases. Yeah, because y'all take the shit over there.
Yeah.
Africa. Time out. See, niggas gotta stop. Africa is literally the biggest. You could fit every place in the world, basically, into Africa. That's why it got the most anything. Niggas always trying to, not y'all, I'm saying people, the stats, whenever they trying to do a stat about Africa and make it look bad, nigga, it's huge. Of course, it's gonna have the most everything. It's supposed to. That's where the motherland is. It's supposed to have the most everything. It got the most cures. It got the most disease. Everything. It should.
So yeah, I knew that shit was gonna happen. Now they found a new strand in South Africa. We don't know. So none of this shit was
Until they took the shit over there.
Now y'all finding new strands everywhere in the court. Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all need to stop. They need to fucking stop. No, the worst disease we got on this fucking planet. You already know what that is.
Racism. That's the worst one.
Racism not even bad though.
But
The systemic control is bad.
the
definition
It's
of
to the point
racism.
to where they not even racist no more. They literally just don't like poor people or people that kind of want to see a different way. They don't want you to even look at things differently than what you showing, what they showing you. So if you could challenge that, they want to take you the fuck out now too. So it's like really hard for black people like us that's black, because that's you the first target, and you see through this bullshit. You trying to take them out.
That's what happened to what's his name, RZA, that was on YouTube. They took his YouTube channel down. He was telling people
All he ever told was the truth.
All he said was take natural herbs, black seed oil, boost your immune system, be healthy, so when you do come in contact with something, your body can naturally fight it off. And they took him offline. They took him off just because of that.
Yeah.
But we get fed all this other shit by our politicians and the fucking media. They can say wherever they want to black people, how they want. But one black man went on there and said, heal yourself naturally. And they get rid of him.
That's what we need to change ourselves. We need to change ourselves. Fuck the street niggas. The regular niggas need to change themselves, how they think. Stop voting the same way. Stop not holding these governments agencies accountable. Anytime a report come out to where they admit that they lied or Dr. Fauci shit, these niggas is crickets. But y'all be quick to debate with somebody about some bullshit when it's going your way. That's where they need to change. They gotta be more open-minded. The regular niggas.
I think when it comes to, like you said, when it comes to voting, we shouldn't have to have. The people should choose who they want to run. It shouldn't be who has the most money.
No, we can. We just don't. We literally vote the same way.
Even if you don't,
we willfully go do that.
I don't.
There ain't nobody putting no gun to our head making us vote this way.
I ain't voted shit. I don't believe it. I ain't believing none of the candidates. They all full of shit. Ain't did shit for nobody. But people still gonna go out there and vote because they're fucking brainwashed, because it's just something they have to do every 4 to 8 years, because that's what they're used to. That's what they were told to do, no matter how bad the person is.
But it ain't, niggas is gonna have opportunities though, because it's coming up. Like Trump opened the floodgates for anybody to fucking run. And
Trump is gonna run again. And I ain't gonna lie, I'd rather have Trump than Biden any fucking day.
I don't want neither one. I don't want none of them old.
I don't either. I'd rather have Trump, because Biden is horrible.
No more old Caucasians.
Biden's fucking horrible. He did shit for black people. His whole campaign was for black folks. How do you do a whole campaign to a whole race of people, get in office and don't do shit for them, and he just walking around here like nothing, and ain't nobody did shit or said shit.
Ain't nobody said nothing about this nigga though. That's why I'm
nobody
like,
said it did nothing. Now Barack Obama would have did that to white folks. They would have burned his ass. They would have set his ass on fire, butt naked.
Barack Obama fucked black people over too, but
Barack Obama didn't go to a whole race of white people, lied to them, and then get elected, then did nothing for white people.
What Barack did was Barack just ran. Nigga, Barack didn't have.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he was a nigga, so he could literally do any fucking thing and get away with it, and that's what he did.
That nigga ran like he was supposed to. This nigga Biden lied.
The thing about Barack was he was an actual good politician. He was articulate. He was thoughtful. But that don't mean he was a good person. That nigga was
He might not be a good
just like
person.
the rest of these niggas.
But Biden blatantly
No,
lied to
Barack
us.
was good to who he had to be good to. He had to be good to white folks. Niggas, shit. He was good to white folks. But that's most of our people on our job. You go on your job right now.
But the thing about Barack
niggas, they
was,
gotta
he
be
was
good
a whole
to
ass
white
nigga.
folks. They gotta be good to niggas.
Barack was fucking backdooring African presidents. That's why I don't fuck
Exactly.
with Barack. Fuck that nigga.
I know.
He was fake as fuck in their face and then backdooring these niggas. He was probably getting all their intel.
He a
all types of
politician.
shit. Man,
He
this nigga a
dirty.
whole ass. I just thought about that shit.
All politicians are dirty. I don't know one clean politician. They all dirty. You got to be dirty in
Niggas
politics.
all dirty, but don't be backdooring your niggas though.
You got to in politics.
Nigga,
Shit, they all do it.
Barack.
No. The white man always keep in mind that I'm white at the end of the day. They ain't that damn dumb.
No, they do each other dirty too. In politics, they all
not over no nigga. They ain't gonna do each other dirty over no nigga though.
It depends on who that nigga
Barack
is.
Obama did Africans dirty over for white people. That was blatantly trying to destroy black people. That's what he
Obama
talking
did
about.
Africa dirty.
That's what he
He
talking
gave
about.
niggas
He
hope
said
out
Barack
here.
Obama did.
He ain't give us hope. That nigga gave us a free cell phone. That's what the fuck that nigga gave us.
Niggas was eating up from
Bullshit
Obama
ass
phone.
goddamn. That little ass phone, that big. Fuck that goddamn. That's all he gave us.
Hey,
He
Jay,
gave niggas hope over
Jay,
here.
go your ass to sleep, nigga.
Then he gave you some bullshit health care. If you didn't get it, they charge you 2% of your taxes. That nigga ain't give me a goddamn thing.
Hey, Jay, go to sleep, man.
But to be
ass.
honest, let's keep it 100 though.
I'll take Trump ass.
Niggas, I ain't never get no money, nothing from the government from no other president than Trump. Let me be honest.
And gas.
Money don't run me.
Biden
Money
ain't gave
don't
us
run me,
shit.
but that's something.
How much was gas now?
At least we got some money about this nigga.
How much?
I ain't never got
how
nothing
much-
from none of these other motherfuckers.
How much was gas when Trump was president?
Huh?
How much was gas? $2, $1.89, $1.50.
Mm-hmm.
I
I don't want none of them ever to be president again.
If Trump
I'm
wins
just saying.
again and win, I'm
nigga
wearing that
gave us
fucking
some
red hat. If gas
I'm
go to
looking
$1.50 a gallon, I'm wearing that fucking hat.
That's what I was trying to
I
tell
didn't
you.
even know how
You don't have enough
money.
of
I
the
just
wealth.
had some motherfucking money one day. I'm like, what the fuck? How did I get this damn money?
I'm wearing my red hat. Gas go to $1.50 a gallon. Trump, you gonna have my vote, and I'm wearing that hat.
I ain't vote for that. No, you tripping.
I'm tired of spending $50.
I ain't vote for no more old year Caucasian man. Fuck
Hey,
that.
hey, let me tell you something. I
Ever
said the
again.
same
I don't
shit.
care if he the rawest president. He got the best plan. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. Not get my vote.
If you say gas gonna be $1.50, nigga, he got my vote. Trump, you got my vote.
I'm not voting for none of them. Never again, ever.
That motherfucker doubled the goddamn gas price in one damn year.
Niggas got to draw a line somewhere.
That shit double. He didn't give a fuck. Niggas, the black woman ain't saying shit now. Her ass is quiet. Ooh, she's so quiet. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Now, Vivica, where all y'all bitches at?
Joe Biden.
I ain't heard a
boy.
peep from Kamala. But last couple times she done talked, she done fucked up. So it's like her best bet is to not fucking say nothing right
That's
now.
because before she wasn't talking, she just giggling and laughing and shit. The bitch was just retarded, just key and all and laughing all of it. But he's smart. Joe Biden's smart. He had him
It's not-
He's
But
smart.
this shit deep, man.
smart.
I don't think niggas realize how deep they playing with us right now. These niggas gave us a retarded police ass, prosecutor ass nigga as president. And he's supposed to be like the head of the Black Party, but he wrote the crime bill. And then our vice president is I ain't gonna degrade her. I'm not gonna dog her.
She's a
But she
prosecutor.
done
Locking
put
niggas
so
up.
many niggas under and done got exposed for doing some foul shit to niggas as our vice president, and we parading around like these niggas is our saviors.
And
Nigga,
they,
remember Roland Martin was crying, nigga?
yeah, on the list. So these two
Nigga was
racist people,
crying.
and then
They
this,
went up in his hands like angels.
This nigga was crying.
this the thing. Y'all remember when I was on Facebook saying, "Do not go vote for Joe Biden."
Yep.
This nigga literally told us, if you're not black, if you don't vote for me, and this nigga wrote the crime bill,
This nigga.
and she's a fucking prosecutor, hate black people, and then got in office and did nothing for us, and I'm crazy. Only thing they did for our black asses is raise gas prices and sign everything off for gays. They do shit for us. Not a goddamn thing. And I'm crazy.
That's crazy. To sum it up, though, we need to change ourselves in the way we think and who
Exactly.
we're putting our trust into and these systems we putting into. Stop doing the same shit over. Try new things. It ain't gonna
Exactly.
fucking kill you.
I think what we need to do also, as far as our neighborhoods, this is one thing I think. Back in the day, they had what was that? They used to have the neighborhood watch. Remember that back in the day, like certain neighborhoods. We need to have something in each neighborhood to where we have some type of positive enforcement. In the worst neighborhoods, I don't care how bad the neighborhood, but you gotta have something positive in each neighborhood. Because you're gonna have negativity, like Daryl said. You go to the low poverty neighborhoods, there's gonna be a lot of crime, but you need something positive there. You need some type of balance. It can't just be all negative gangs and all that. So I think that's something else we need to have in these communities is a neighborhood watch, some type of programs, because you can't just keep having negativity and fucking young niggas just going around killing each other, gang violence, and they're not protecting the neighborhood. They're just tearing everything up. That's all they're doing. We need to get back to having like the neighborhood crime watch and stuff like that in the neighborhood.
That's a good point, but this is it. The idle mind is the devil's playground. So these niggas have idle minds. They ain't working their minds enough. They ain't doing nothing to stimulate their minds, but getting high, sitting around thinking about their ops, listening to songs, and maybe playing their Xbox games, but
Right.
like you said, there's no community shit to get
nothing.
you out there actively working and using.
But
your
don't
brain.
these motherfuckers realize that we risk our life when we talk like this? That's why people don't think that. Nipsey also was telling the truth and saying shit. He risked his life to say that shit. And niggas just think, oh, I ain't listening to him. Don't you realize he risking his life when you talk like this?
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't think that shit. They got the doctors bought, the food is covered, everything. You can go to your doctor and they can have your name on a fucking list.
Yeah.
And let me call y'all back.
Yeah, we
talk later, y'all.
We about to wrap it up.
Cause we definitely expose a lot of people on this.
Have a blessed night. I gotta go.
All right.
All right, y'all.
But we'll be back tomorrow night. I got Cleveland Showtime Holmes coming. Me and him gonna be talking about health and fitness. We're gonna have a good show tomorrow night. And then Thursday, me and Tatera, y'all remember Tatera, we're actually gonna talk about unity in the community. So
I might go live here on a couple of cooking shows.
all right, so y'all make sure y'all follow us: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Hit Show Podcast.